Right, lads, we need to have a chat about my favourite track in the game, Toad Circuit. Now, to most of you, it may come to no surprise that I am the biggest Toad Circuit fan in the world, probably. I mean, my YouTube profile picture's Toad Circuit, even my Twitter and Lounge usernames are just Toad Circuit. Yeah, to put it lightly, you know, I quite like Toad Circuit, and I have met my fair share of people that don't quite see the Toad Circuit vision like I do. JB giving up.
You guys brought up.
That's what you think.
But now that this game is basically just completed with the whole 96 tracks in the game now, a lot of people have been coming out with tracks ranked videos, you know, 96 tracks ranked, just the DLC tracks ranked, and I've enjoyed them, but the only thing I haven't enjoyed is the amount of disrespect I have seen Toad Circuit receive.
Really, your task was showing off the brand new DLC 6 and potentially the worst track in the 3DS Circuit. 3DS Toad Circuit. Number 48, 3DS Toad Circuit.
Now listen, I know I'm in the minority with how much I do like Toad Circuit, and I know a lot of people don't like this track, and that's fine. I'm all for respecting other people's opinions. But it feels like every 2 out of 3 lists I'm looking at, they are putting Toad Circuit as the worst track in the game, which is bamboozling to me. I mean, it's a disgrace. Are we saying Toad Circuit is worse than tracks like these? And yes, I think Yoshi Valley is garbage, don't at me. But the point I'm trying to get at is I think Toad Circuit deserves so much more love than it currently gets right now. And I'm going to show you why I personally love this track. Reason 1, the music. Enough said, really. Reason 2, the visuals. Now, for a lot of people, the visuals on Toad Circuit is the first thing to be criticized. But I mean, you guys have got to be seeing the real picture here. I mean, name one other track that has a bunch of massive toad balloons to look at. Exactly, you simply just cannot. Although I will give a shout to the wobbly toads on Ribbon Road, I think those are pretty cool. And I also hear people complaining about the texture of the grass on this track a lot, but I mean, hear me out. What if it wasn't actually supposed to be grass? It is actually supposed to be an area where you can draw. Now, let me explain. Okay, so if you're on a 2-wheeled bike, like Mr. Scooty or Yoshi Bike, if you go into the Toad Circuit off-road and press A and B at the same time, then you will start to draw a line in the off-road. And for all the people that were crying for this track to have higher quality grass, the higher quality grass in question in the base game, when you try and draw on it, barely anything shows. So, in terms of letting you express your creative mind, Toad Circuit grass absolutely wins that. No question. I mean, look at this work of art I was working on yesterday. I think I did a pretty good job. Reason 3, the driving. Now, I'm actually a firm believer that this track is pretty fun to drive, even if it is lacking in turns compared to some other tracks in the game. But I'm going to talk about one area of the track specifically, which I like, and that's the shortcut at the very end. The main reason I do like it is because of how the pipes are placed in the off-road. It means doing this shortcut with one shroom actually takes a good bit of skill and is very rewarding to do so. There's also the ramp cuts, which you can actually do shroomless on this track, which I haven't done before because it's way too hard, or maybe I just suck. That could also be the reason. Now, I know this track is a bagging track, so maybe all this tech I showed you doesn't matter that much, but, you know, at least the tech is there. It makes this track quite skill-based to time trial, and I mean, this track definitely has more tech than some other tracks, I could say. Reason 4, I am biased. Okay, I will admit I am shamelessly biased towards this track because, number 1, Toad is by far my favorite character in the Nintendoverse, I guess. Which basically leads me to liking every single Toad-related track, so Toad's Factory and Toad Harbor I'm hoping to see in the next Mario Kart. Although I don't know what they were doing with Toad's Turnpike. I mean, why are we putting Toad's name in a boring track that has nothing but traffic? That's just not very good to me. And reason number 2 is because as a kid, I adored my 3DS, and I also adored my copy of Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. And of course, Toad Circuit was the first impression I got to that game, because it is the first track in the game. And of course, when I was younger, I never really thought of tracks that hard. I went into Toad Circuit, and all I thought was, oh my god, it's Toad. And it's a Mario Kart track. That is sick. So yeah, as you can tell, I've not grown out of loving this track, and I don't think I ever will, to be honest. Reason 5, it's Toad Circuit, man, I don't know. The best thing this track has going for it is that it is never that serious. It is the best meme track in the game, and I will die on that hill. You want to pick Baby Park? Nuh-uh. Give me Toad Circuit any day of the week. With this track, you really need to sit back, relax, and just take in the whole experience that is Toad Circuit. that is just about all I have to waffle on about Toad Circuit anyway. I'll be honest, this video wasn't that serious, but I mean, I genuinely do love Toad Circuit, and the main reason for that being, it's goddamn Toad Circuit, man. Also, subscribe. Cheers.